Today on iPads in the Classroom, Orders Up! We're talking about graphic organizers for students. Hi, I'm Taylor Olson.
And I'm Amanda Hall.
And today we're talking about graphic organizer apps. So let's get started.
The first app we're going to talk about is actually called Tools for Students. And this app costs 99 cents, but it's really great because you can get students working on cause and effect, and they can go through and pick which graphic organizer they want to talk about. So for example, let's talk about the KWL. And you can go in and they can just add whatever they want to into the box. Good. So then once you're done, the students can come up here and click on where they want to send that. So maybe this is for an assignment and they want to send it to the teachers. They can email it to you, or they can link it to a Dropbox, put an image in there, whatever you need them to do. And they can go through and choose what different templates they would like to do. There's also one called Tools for Students 2. It seems like more of the graphic organizer is a little bit more complex than what was in the first one. So if you want maybe the students to work on a different graphic organizer that's a little bit harder, or maybe it challenges them a little bit more, this one is also 99 cents from the store.
And the next app we're going to take a look at is Inspiration. This is the light version, so it's lacking a few capabilities. For example, when you make a diagram, you can share it, and in order to save your photos, send to an app, to Dropbox or to iTunes, you have to have the full version. But it's only $1.99 in the App Store, and if we go back home, we can see that Inspiration also offers some of the templates that you can find in the Tools for Students, but they're a bit more advanced, or they look a bit more advanced. For example, English plot analysis would be a little bit too advanced for a third grader, but if we go down, they also have a KWHL chart, and the format, we'll load it up here, can be a bit overwhelming for younger students because there's a lot of different colors. There's more text on the screen, even if it's just erroneous text that's explaining how to use the template. That can just be a little overwhelming. So with teacher assistants, or if you're using this app with older students, these templates can be really helpful. In addition, students can build templates from scratch, and this one was just about summer vacation. If I click on this circle and hit the arrow, I can create a new bubble coming from it. You can alter the way that the shapes look by clicking the info button in the upper right hand corner. We can change the fill color, the line depth. We can also change the style of the arrow, text font, etc. And you can change the shape. So if we want the third subcategory to be cloud shape, we can do that. The niftiest thing about this app is you can change between the diagram mode and an outline mode. So students are using this for their writing directly, and they can look at that picture just to kind of get their thoughts out, and then they can look in the outline form just to get those ideas more organized as they're writing them on their papers. The third app we're going to visit today is Head in the Clouds. And this is a much simpler organizational app. Students simply click on clouds as they're going by to write down ideas. So if my idea is going to be, let's say, conflict in a story that I'm going to write, and the conflict is, we'll say that somebody loses their homework. Okay, I'll hit back, and I can also record ideas. So somebody loses their homework because their dog ate it, and they are very worried because they don't think the teacher's going to believe them. So students write down a brief explanation of what their idea is. They can talk about it more if they're not comfortable with typing all of those out, since they're just organizing their ideas. So we have this idea floating around. We then click on the sun, and any ideas that we've created in the past will show up on the borders of the sun. So up here's the conflict I was working on. Here I have $1,000,000 words was an idea I was working on before, so I'm keeping track of vocabulary that could be useful in my writing. I have forensics, sleuth, and suspicious. Maybe the student's gonna investigate what happened to their homework. But basically it's just a really aesthetically pleasing app for students.
And the last app we're going to talk about is Idea Sketch. So we created one already that says what I want for my birthday, and so you can kind of see you can do different square boxes coming off of each other, and maybe I want a bike. I'm going to put bike in there, and maybe I want it to be red, so you can put notes. And then if I'm not happy with it, I can always go back and delete it, but you can just kind of see. Of course, a bike isn't a small thing, but
maybe it's more realistic than a new car or a motorcycle.
Exactly. So you can kind of see if I want to maybe do, look at it from more of a line point rather than the graphic organizer itself. I can kind of see where my thoughts are going and organize it.
Like the outline in the inspiration app.
And up here for tools, I can do different lines, what I want to do. I can share it or import it if I want to, so I can go ahead and share it to either email, Facebook, or copy. If I want to add another one, I can just click that. If I want to add a new idea, I can just come up here and click that plus sign, and then I can add whatever new topic I want to talk about, so maybe vacation. And it automatically opens up into a new, and I can tap it. There we go. And there I have my notes and ready to go. So this is Idea Sketch.
So today we visited graphic organizers, and we started with some very structured apps for students. So if they're not comfortable with creating their own graphic organizers, they can rely on templates that are already designed for them.
Right, or if you're introducing a graphic organizer to a student, you can use that as well.
Yep. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining us.